Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Platinum Demon Souls here at Dexbuild. I'm Matt. This is Andy. We're halfway through Boletaria. We opened a shortcut. Oh, I didn't even think to ask you. When you opened it back up, were you just standing here or were you at a bonfire?
No, we were just standing right here.
Beautiful. So that works out nicely. Good to know for the future. I know you said like
hmm
your goal is to find a good resting spot, but it is good to know for like we got to stop that we're not going to lose where we are.
Yeah,
Because
I don't need that stress in my life at all.
now the like if there was an update or something that would have screwed us, but still helpful.
An
Well, you're
update,
good to
like
go
a
then,
game
man.
update? Surely this game's not still getting
Yeah.
those.
I don't know.
Well, that's
You
not
never know.
true.
I mean,
Yeah,
Bloodborne's still getting updates.
yeah, yeah.
Alright,
And something that occurred to me after we hopped off last time, we did not read our description on the Cling Ring, which is
ooh, good
one
call.
that, as far as I know, is going to be very important.
Let's read it.
I also thought of something else that I want to not suggest, but at least get your opinion on.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Cling Ring. Mysterious ring shaped like an eye reduces the loss of HP sustained in soul form, which, as you alluded to, is valuable. There was something like this in Dark Souls 2 as well. But basically, because we want to avoid losing our progress toward pure white tendency, which happens if you die while in human form in the like outside the nexus. This wearing it allows you to basically, rather than your HP, I mean, you can see where your HP was before you put it on. I mean, that's how much you gain back by wearing that, which is like 25% of what you had.
Um,
So we're gonna climb back up. You had cleared out this bridge, and then there was
yes,
obviously other route options. But
yeah.
that's why
There's
we didn't want to rest. I know it felt like a good checkpoint, but all you would have done is made this climb unnecessarily difficult for yourself.
Yeah, we've got the door behind where the blue faced guy was, and then there's the red faced guy at the opposite end. I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, we're exploring, so I guess one is just as much of a case as the other is, but I get
Yep.
the feeling red faced is going to be a little tougher. Let's see, what's over there, though? Is that castle over there? That's what he's.
That's the direction he is. Yes.
Well, let's check him out.
You know what? I didn't even think to say this. I know we suggested this might only be for boss fights, but it's not. I'm just saying it's a little cold in my basement. I didn't get to wear this in our actual premiere episode. So I'm putting on the Souls jacket for today. We're gonna praise the sun. It says that somewhere.
There you
Praise
go.
the sun. It blurred it out mostly, but just trust me, guys, it's there. Look at that
The
catapult. Can you just fire that thing at somebody? That'd
You
be
know,
cool.
I just had a talk with Brandon yesterday. We were talking about a show that we're both watching, and he said something the trebuchet. I was like, dude, I don't know what a trebuchet is. And then he explained it to me, and I believe this right here is a trebuchet.
Yeah, catapult, but with a rope instead.
Yeah,
I
I was
don't
like,
understand the physics though. Like, what makes that rope let go of that rock? Momentum? Like, does it
well,
snap?
yeah, maybe if you're a not kind of a person, that's one of those where like you tie it, and as soon as you pull from both ends, it undoes itself. Maybe
Hmm.
that's like it hits that tension and just like the rock pulls it undone. But you would still
I think that's
think
gonna be.
that might throw it straight down then.
You'd think, yeah, because it would snap it. But I guess like the forward momentum from the swing
Yeah.
might carry it. I don't know.
My trebuchet would be knocking out that little landing right there. It'd be gone.
Where for the archers to stand anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I think that would be a good hobby if I were to be like when I retire. You know, some guys take up whittling, which I actually did a little bit of that during COVID. I was terrible at it,
I
but
remember
I
that.
enjoyed the process.
You hit your
But
frat stage post fraternity.
is that a
Just
thing? Do guys in fraternities
well,
whittle?
they what do they do? It's the
You know
cross
different
stitch.
fraternities than I do.
No, the cross stitching, right? Like all the belts and stuff. Needlepoint. What is it they do with those
Do they
fancy?
do that themselves? No, they
Yeah,
don't make it, right?
I think a lot of them get
What?
into it, and I think a lot of them
How
would
crafty.
also
Could
get
you
into
imagine just
whittling.
I find that very wholesome, the idea of a bunch of frat guys sitting in a circle cross stitching a belt together. That's not what my fraternity did.
No, it didn't. Y'all are messing
Now, what I
around the
was gonna say though
shelves.
is I want to be one of those guys who like
Oh, we're doing it
has like,
now.
you know, like 8 inches of rope and it's just like tying slip knots and stuff. Like That'd be a good fidget. I need a fidget.
How are you with knots in general? Like you've
Uh,
recently taken up the maybe not recently, but the camping and the hiking and all that.
there was a
That's
time where like running like those nylon like paracords for like shelter and tarp and stuff. I was okay, but there are people who are just so good at it. You know, there's one you can do where you sort of like it has a name, but you like run it around a tree. You know, so you have kind of like a taut line for a tarp, and
oh
you can pull it
balls.
as tight as you want, but it will stay where it is. It's like a very specific kind of knot. And then like wherever you adjust it to, like it has enough, it'll keep the tension, but it's like adjustable. That
This
was a
isn't a
pretty
slip
cool and
knot, right?
useful one. It might be. And then I'm pretty good at boat knots, like you know, like the kind of knots you need to put through like your cleat on a boat and things like that, which I guess aren't even really knots, but it's the way you run sort of that permanent loop around the cleat and do some of that kind of stuff. But other than that, I wouldn't say like knots are necessarily like a strong suit or anything, but
Yeah. Oh, sorry to everyone if this breaks the stream. Oh boy.
it actually looks okay. This is going to be a mess trying to get back up. I think that here's my suggestion for the sake of your sanity and entertainment. Red eyes probably isn't worth your time just yet.
I was thinking I would just run behind him, get that item, and then be done with it.
I think that's probably the move. I'd say like maybe before you leave the area, but even when you go to 1-1-2, you're like at the end of this level.
Mm-hmm.
You could always run back and grab it when you're a little stronger. Like you haven't even leveled once yet, you know, nor do you have your souls that you've had this whole time. So
Yeah.
they died with him.
Those are like 800. Probably not quite a
Which I
level.
don't even know. You know, I don't know what that's probably a level.
Do you think so?
I mean, 800 feels like not that much. I guess you're right. You start maybe like 300 a level or something like that. Maybe it was a couple levels.
So the thing I was thinking about the other day is I don't we kind of talked about it, but I don't think I've ever done a run with the kind of build that would let me hold a big shield. All of
Yeah,
those whatever 20 some shields in any of these games, and I don't ever use any of them. But
yeah,
I kind of thought like I should do a run at some point, and I kind of called it in my mind like a fat roll run because
hmm
until you get leveled up, there's no way that you can just hold the thing without consequences. Like you are going to be fat rolling. And I don't really
sure.
know how it would work into this run if I would ever try to actually do that, where it's maximum defense all the time. Um, but I guess maybe more immediately, just what have your builds been like? I know you tend to be a strength guy, but have you ever done anything where you were actually using the shields?
I would say I still run in like almost a glass cannon though, because I do like strength, but I also like no shield and I like to be able to be fast. So I never fat roll, but I rarely even like to mid roll. But I guess in Dark Souls 1, that was more necessary than the other. Is it Dark Souls 2 where there's like degrees of mid rolling, if I remember correctly?
And which one?
Dark Souls 2, I think there was like degrees of mid roll, whereas Dark Souls 1 was like light, medium, and fat, right? Or do I have those swapped?
Light, medium, and fat. Wouldn't that also be degrees? Man,
Mm-mm.
I don't think I heard that right.
I'm saying there was degrees of mid rolling in Dark Souls 2. It's like
Oh,
even your mid
maybe,
roll
yeah.
was like could be like a little faster than another, which is I think is part of why that adaptability stat is so highly recommended. Stupid game.
I'm with you.
Um, I think, yeah, I liked the glass cannon builds. Like, I'm not precious about. There's a few things you know about my personal, and I think we differ on these a little bit. On my personal preference in Dark Souls versus, uh, or like the way you play it. I like to be almost like I said, like a glass cannon. So I want a weapon that can hit hard, and I also, um, don't want to definitely don't want to be doing anything fat rolling, but ideally I could be quick rolling, and I don't carry a shield. And you also know, on top of all that, I'm not very precious about precious about my like vitality. So I leveling up health is like my last priority. The way I look at it is like the faster I can kill something, the faster like I'm out of harm's way. So I want to hit it with as much damage as possible. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
hate kind of having to really slowly chip away at stuff. So I'd rather carry around like a Zweihänder with no armor and no health and be able to kill it in like two heavy swings, you know, and just be really intentional about that timing is kind of how I would say I play mostly.
Bum.
Oh, I learned what we were doing wrong, or at least I read in case you want to try it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. I didn't expect that
It,
come
it
out.
said it said that you can't be holding any other input except R1. So if you're holding the forward button or something, that can mess up the ability to
I
backstab.
would definitely have been holding my shield like this. So I'll,
Oh, that's dead too. Yeah,
yeah,
but you would
okay.
let go of that to swing, right? Because you can't even swing until it goes down.
But maybe not with enough
Or with
time.
a rapier, can you? Hey, is
Oh
that the
gosh.
case?
Hot frames. Yep.
Okay.
I know I don't need to kill these people. I'm just doing it so that my magic can kind of regain some stamina. Well, no,
Well, I think
because
it's smart. It's smart for a few reasons too, though, because if you're gonna grab that item and run, you have no business needing to deal with
well,
other stuff while you're getting away from him.
yeah, no, I figured after you said that I'll just come back later. Like I don't know what that
Oh,
item
damn.
is, so I'm not dying to get a specific thing.
Yeah,
I just don't want to forget it because if that's a hard guy, it's probably something worthwhile.
that is fair. Now, let's. Hmm, you're good. Keep going. We're starting to get to some places where I think we got to start being ready to make some decisions as far as platinum's concerned.
Ooh, okay. I like that. Get some trophies going.
Do we have that in our documents, or is that a personal document you have?
It's in our documents, our
Okay.
docs.
I'm gonna get some of that ready just so we. I don't want us making the wrong decision in the second episode. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's way too early to be making mistakes. Don't do it. You bitch.
I don't know if it is in our docs, man.
Is a trophy around this dude? I don't think there is there?
No, but there will be an NPC coming up that I think we need to kill that you wouldn't normally kill
Oh
because
really?
otherwise you could start his quest, and if you fail it, you're gonna complicate the
Oh
run.
gosh, scared me to death.
Now you could get him in the second one, but why have that pressure? You know.
Sure.
What is nice is situations like that where if we need to kill someone or not, the beauty of having two runs is we can take notes of those differences between the two runs.
Mm-hmm.
And in the second run, where we're not necessarily maybe going to show everything, we can see those moments through so you can still see everything in the game, you know, rather than because I kind of like the NPC and I think it sucks that we got to do it this way. So it's cool that we'll come back around to it.
I'm interested. I'm piqued. Oh, hello. Didn't expect to see this dude. Is is this our patches?
He has not.
Hmm. Oh, I don't have any souls, do I? You will notice I'm not wearing the fancy armor that I got for purchasing the bonus. Which I still don't know what that's actually called. I don't know if it's going to stay that way, but at least as of yet.
Brave Nine or Lowly Fodder. Interesting. This guy is a character. I feel like we're missing something, by the way.
Like what?
If you remember, it happened in the episode we lost, but do you remember when you cut the 2 chains and I was like, "Read those items, one of them is important."
Mm-hmm.
And then we read them, and I was kinda surprised by what we did and didn't have. Um, I'd like to run through your inventory real quick in a second because we still, I don't think, picked up one of the items I thought was attached to those chains, and I'm now reading here that it is attached to platinum, and we didn't get it.
Well,
I don't
hopefully
know
it's
why.
just that you don't think we got it.
I never saw it pop up, but yeah, let's take a look. I have confirmed the NPC we need is coming up, and we will need to kill him. So I'm glad we checked this.
Okay. What kind of item are we looking for?
Maybe key. Yeah. Let's go through everything though, because we don't have that much. So check it all. We're looking for
Is
something called Jade Ornament. There it is.
hooah.
You found that. You found that in a drop, and you're gonna want to read it. Well, you don't know why yet. A plain jade hair ornament of the kind worn by commoners. We'll talk about why that's important later. I don't want to spoil it though.
Okay. So we do have the thing you were concerned about then.
Yep, that's it. It's just oddly in your like items and not like a key item. I guess that, I mean, it makes sense. It doesn't actually unlock something, but it is
Gotcha.
only used as like a side quest item.
Okay.
So we're good there. I'm a person on Reddit repurposed one of the lists we were using into like an interactable and savable version. So I
Mm-hmm.
am officially check marking things now.
Okay.
I
Now,
don't know if you had read we're supposed to build toward. I'm just curious, can you hurdle that? It almost looks like you can. Remember the hurdle instruction? That broken bit there? No. Okay, I was just curious. There is a part in here where you can, and that's why I was wondering.
gotcha.
Um,
Um, so we've talked a little bit about the things I am aware of and the things that I'm not. One thing that I am aware of is this gentleman down there is the one that's always mumbling that dude was talking about.
hmm.
I know I'm supposed to protect him as he gets through. What I'm unsure of right
Or
now is,
or
or kill
are we
him,
supposed to
maybe,
murder him?
possibly.
That's what we're supposed to do.
What I'm unsure of right this moment, though, is if I am leaving the area, which we shall
You
see.
won't be able to mess it up. You're fine. Like you're gonna want to get to that guy no matter what, but you're not like at the end of this level or anything.
Should I ask why we want to kill him? Or should
Because
I
he's
just.
allegedly too hard to protect, and if you don't do it, you can't get the item we need to platinum. He's not too hard to protect, but there's a fail condition, and if you kill him, you just get the item.
Gotcha. Will we have to protect him in the next go around?
We won't have to, but I think it'd be fun to in the next go around, just so you've seen everything.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's kind of my thought. So kill him now, guarantee the platinum item. Try to protect him in the second playthrough, but it's no longer dependent on getting platinum. That's kind of my thought.
Okay.
Rather than protect him now, maybe fail, and then just automatically kill him next time, and then if somehow you mess that up, we don't get platinum. You know. So it says here, just for background, you can opt. So it says kill Ostrava for blank. I'm not gonna tell you what. It says you can opt to help him instead, but you'll have to complete his whole quest chain without him dying in order to get the item later. You do not need his quest chain for platinum, so it's one less thing to worry about. Kill him now.
And
It
that's
is
not
weird you
like
don't need to see.
a hit to our whatever ways of the white.
That's what it says. You don't need the quest chain to get
Sweet.
platinum. It's
Okay.
weird you don't. I would think you would.
Right. Like killing an NPC just seems like a no-no by default.
There's gonna be a lot of NPC killing to go platinum. So
Is there? Well, yeah, by the end of it, because we're supposed to be bad, be bad boys.
well, definitely, yeah.
Um,
Oh, I see. You're asking about like for white tendency. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. If that's our first go,
Like
I'm surprised.
I can also confirm that um people have used this specific sort of chronological set of instructions we're using and successfully gotten platinum, so I feel safe with that. I
That
didn't just read Reddit or X without any confirmation that this process will work.
yeah. Oh man, I want to shoot stuff down. This has a very Undead Burg general look
Yep.
to it. I feel like we're a
Sure.
a little more verticality, if you will, but
Yeah. I definitely see that. I mean, there's a lot of like instances where you kind of can tell that Dark Souls, they didn't try to veer too far away from this. They kind of considered it like a reboot, you know?
yeah. Probably smart.
Yeah, I mean, what works works. Like I like the vibe of this whole place. Now, can you
Ooh.
get to him yet? Do you think?
Get to who? Our
His
guy?
name is Estrava, the guy you saw.
Estrava?
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
you
I
think?
think I passed what I thought was him.
Yeah. You want? Let's go take care of that business before
Right.
we go too far.
Yeah. Fog walls generally suggest bad things.
Yeah, I will say there's less of that in this one. If you remember, I think we even read an item description that explained, or maybe it was in my book, but like the fog walls, um, sort of like lore implications, and they are less often in this game than any other bosses. I mean, they're still often bosses, but in this game it's um, less frequent. Even in Dark Souls, there are plenty of times they weren't bosses, but
Okay. My lock on from distance is a little weaker than I would want it to be. I'm sure that's very deliberate on their part because
yeah,
you
I don't
just
want you just
snipe
sniping
everyone.
full.
Yeah. Where is he? I know I saw him already.
I can't remember if getting to him calls for the need for that hurdle opportunity or not.
Well, we are well prepped if that should be the case.
Got a whole note.
Would that
In
be
the,
number 2? Like 2 of 2?
Yeah, I think so. I could be wrong, but I think I only remember one. Can you hurdle?
That's him right there,
Okay,
right?
so go to the end of this. Can you hurdle at the end of this by chance or no? Here? No. Okay. Is there
Ooh.
any other? Yeah, you can. There it is.
Huzzah!
So there he is. Let it rip.
Look at them just shouting obscenities at him. Wait, so if I want him to die, do I have to be the one to kill him, or do I just kind of say, yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
I
I'll
think you
help
haven't
you?
started the chain. If you don't agree to help him, then you're just killing him however he dies.
So kill him right now.
Kill him.
All right, let me get this item first.
It'd be nice if you could do it in a way that he doesn't fall down there, just so you don't have to mess with it. But it is what it is.
Well, I mean, like
Like I was not even looking at you.
they're
He's
gonna
just like,
fight
why are
him
you standing
regardless,
there?
aren't they?
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, is there stairs?
No, but I'll have to jump.
So no, I'm saying they won't fight him if you don't let him fall down. That's why I was wondering if you could hit him in such a way that he doesn't fall.
Oh, I kind of want him to help.
Try it. I don't think it's a problem.
Take that. Oh, I
Nice.
thought that would have a little more group effect to it.
I like the idea that he is really excited right now that you're helping him. He's like getting really optimistic. He's like, what a guy.
Yeah, I didn't even ask yet.
He sort of stood behind me awkwardly for 5 minutes, but now he's helping me out. There it is. Now that, yeah, I'm about to say you save your non-renewable resources. Oh, now see though he's going. You gotta just take him out. What on earth are you doing? Now this might be a harder fight. Like you might be ready to go.
It sure
Oh
seems
wow,
like it.
he's a good man. Like he's giving you a chance.
Oh boy.
Can you not lock on yet? Dude, you gotta get him. You gotta make him mad before he can lock on.
I kind of want to push him over to this oil. Can I nudge you? Can I nudge that?
I think you just gotta get him.
All right. Let's see. What hurts you more?
This guy's such a cool bro too, but what on earth are you doing? Dude, he really gives you the benefit of the doubt. Now he's bad. You should be able to lock on.
Yeah.
Oh, he did it. He caught himself on fire. What an idiot. He looks cool, though.
Oh.
Is he still not fighting you?
Oh. That's a warning shot. He said next one's for
Yeah,
real.
how long does he think his sword is? Oh, what an idiot, dude.
Oh. This is a
All
wild
right.
start to any game like this for me.
I know. Killing the first NPC you could have helped.
Yeah. One who I already know would have helped or would have asked for my help. Oh
Hold on.
well.
When you pick stuff up in this game, does it not tell you what it is?
It said mausoleum key
Is it over on the right by chance?
on the right.
Yeah, where does it say what you picked up?
Oh, yeah, yeah. It probably is underneath. Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering because I never can see what we're picking up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for you, that would have been somewhere between me and the trophy.
And for everyone watching. I was just checking.
Yeah.
Okay. Mausoleum key opens Boletarian royal family mausoleum. So that's what you wouldn't have gotten until we completed his quest chain, which no longer a problem. I'm going to go ahead and go give that a little check mark. Also, I'm sure you know this, but the other thing I'm going to check off for now is that if you're royalty, build toward 40 magic, 30 int. We need to get there for the purposes of items. Did you get the thief ring as well, Andy?
I did. Yep.
Okay, we should look at that in a minute too.
Okay.
So now the only thing left in this level is to beat the final boss of the area. So you don't have anything else to worry about.
Okay.
Which I'm hoping will be the end of this episode. I think we could do it all here. It might be a longer one, but it's okay. Ancient sapphire ring that conceals the bearer's presence from enemies up to a distance. Sneaky time.
I like that a lot, but I think I gotta have the cling ring first of all, and it would have to be so good to take off this magic restoration one. Even still, at some point there's gonna be a better ring, I'm sure, and that's gonna be hard to let go of.
Maybe. I kind of feel like your 2 rings right now are perfect for your build.
Yeah, maybe if I can like happen upon a +1 version of it,
Yeah.
or one that says like greatly increases. What a good game. I don't even know anything about this one. Just these games in general. I love them.
I know. They're just down. They're boiled down to the good parts of what make games fun.
Dude should have had a shield. Left for work without it. Here in a second, I want to take a peek at my weight and what my my equip load will bear for a new sword. I don't really like rapiers. I don't like constantly poking things. I mean, I guess it's good for the hallways, but or maybe since I'll be magic predominantly, I can equip 2 swords, and one would be just like my hallway sword, and the other would be my out in the open sword.
My hallway sword.
Do you know that bit
I mean,
of trivia about castles and why the stairwells always go the same direction?
No.
So they
to decide your swords on your
they
body?
always wind in such a way that if you're the attacker, then you're going up the stairs. You're unable to swing your right arm, your sword arm. But for them defending the castle going down the stairs, you have the room to swing.
Huh.
Did I explain that in a way that made sense?
Yeah.
Somebody
Makes sense
like
to me.
obviously all architecture in earlier time periods and even now for that matter are super impressive on their own, but somebody got a raise for that one. So you telling me they can't even swing their swords? Like, I'm telling you.
I promise. Whoever thought of that or read about it, it's like, oh shit, we figured it out.
Yeah, it's like I'm watching Vikings right now, and Leif Erikson is learning about bombs and stuff, and this is basically that. which is a great show, by the way. I don't know if you said you were watching it or not, but so good.
I've not seen the like reboot or the future ones.
Is this back where I was? Yes. All right. That's another great bit about these games, the way the maps just kind of like double over themselves, because
Oh, that's the best part.
there's an it'd be so easy to get lost, especially when every time you die, everything comes back. But to actually make your way back around to the place you just were is very comforting.
And like just discovering, oh, there's a shortcut, and it just like it's so smart because it all feels new, but it's not like a long tunnel. It's not like a, I mean, it's a linear in some ways, but not really. It's like a knot.
Yeah.
There's so many cool moments of that. I mean, Dark Souls is the absolute best. Like
That
coming
very
up when you've
first
gone like,
one,
yeah,
like where you kick the ladder down,
oh yep,
before it's by the Yulia dude, like where that
yep,
bonfire is. That's one. I think you pointed it out to me whenever we played that game and I got it. You said something like, "You recognize where you're at?" Like, oh gosh, yes I do.
yeah, because you've like crossed the bridge, dealt with the rats. There's all kinds of stuff like that. The other one that's really good is there's a moment uh where you've like looped through like lower Undead Burg after like Capra Demon and all kinds of stuff like that, and you come back up kind of in the main part of Undead Burg and open one of those doors, you know, that does not open from this side, and you're back like right in the center of things, and it's just like, whoa. There's times where you're like under trees and way down in the world, and all of a sudden you realize, oh, like this all connects. Two entrances into Blighttown from two fully different directions.
Yeah, that game goes deep underground too.
Yeah. I mean, it's so good.
Which I guess in that same, oh gosh, in that same way, it's also like in later parts of the game when you're bouncing around trying to find a thing, so you're just what do you call it when you go straight from one bonfire to another? You have to get
Yeah.
that dish thing to do it.
Yep.
When you're so vertical and you're like you keep guessing the
Lord
wrong.
Pestle, by the way, for those of you wondering at home.
Well, that's the item. What do you call it in all these games? It's a thing. Can I
Warping.
do this? Fast travel is what I was looking for.
Oh, fast travel, yeah, but I think they call it warping or fast. What do they call it in that game? I thought it was literally called warping, but um, I actually love that though in Dark Souls 1 where they don't let you do it for the first half of the game because it makes you learn it all. You know, and it's annoying at first, and all of a sudden you start like you're like, oh, I know this like the back of my hand, and that's why. You know,
Yeah.
that's even better than in this game because this game is done almost like levels. So
Let's
that's one
see
of
what
the
these shards
improvements
are.
from this one to that one.
Sir?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hardstone shard, a shard of a hard ore. I thought that's a hard one at first. Reinforces straight swords, axes, hammers, and the like. A rudimentary ore that evenly increases a weapon's strength. Weapons can be reinforced by hardstones up to level 10. So these are, you know, your Titanites.
Level 10. Are they just different types? No.
Yeah, similarly to like, you know, one covers you up to a certain level.
Is this one where 10 is your max and then you dragon scale it or slab
It
it?
can be, or get like a bigger one. It just depends on the build. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I don't remember the details of that quite as well, but it does work. You can go the different routes.
I could maybe hold the scimitar. But for 5 more damage, just keep. Already getting used to it, so might as well keep it.
Is this the first time you've ever played with a rapier?
I think so. I mean, there's that part. Is it in Sin's Fortress in Dark Souls where you get the named character's rapier and it's like a plus something?
Um,
Ricard's
I
rapiers.
believe, right?
Yeah, I've used that one for just a little bit, but because I think it's supposed to be a certain thing that it's good at. I don't know if it's breaking a shield or getting through armor. I guess in real
Yeah.
life they're meant to get through armor, but Okay. Back to the boss, I believe. Well, I don't know if it's a boss. Back to the boss fog, anyways.
So presumptuous of you to assume it's a boss.
Well, you did say to take care of the other stuff before we went through, or before we went too far, anyways.
I did, but to be fair and honest with you, that was just more out of a matter of being thorough.
How often do you use items like a homeward bone or something?
Not very. I mean, you're asking me personally? Not
Yeah.
very.
Well.
I like that they have storage for the boulders to your right and behind you. Like,
Oh
remember
my
that thing we tried to
goodness.
throw at you on the stairs? We got to keep them somewhere.
Wouldn't it be great if I could just...
Yes. Tell me that's not awesome.
Oh man, I
Look at you.
almost said line them up, knock them down the way they were standing. How satisfying was that?
I can't wait for you to go back and rewatch this and see your face. You just went like that. You did it and you went.
That's good stuff.
That right there is what I know this sounds hyperbolic, but that is what separates FromSoft from other companies sometimes. You're just like, if something's here, that's great. Or if I do this, that's pretty cool. Like smacking the chain to knock the stuff down. It's just the little things, you know?
Yeah, and like that's usually the kind of thing they do to screw you over. You don't often like... I guess in Bloodborne, maybe you get to rush by all the people and then you get behind the little turret deal. There's not a lot of opportunities for you to take advantage like that.
No, and that's a good point because a lot of times if they do that though, they're trying to give you a hint about what might happen to you. So do you remember in Sen's Fortress that elevator that's like bloody, and then at the
Yeah.
top it smashes into spikes?
Yep.
Like you have that moment where you're like, why is the bottom of this elevator so bloody? Smack, you know?
Right. Like, yeah, right before you die.
Yeah. And that would be also cool there though, if you're like, why are all these boulders here? And then you get smacked by one. But yeah, they turn the tables for you on that one.
I am very glad that though I took a hit, I didn't die immediately. That would have been tough.
Yeah.
This feels like a place I would have already been, but I don't remember being here. I hear whispers. Oh, those aren't whispers. All right, so obviously we're not going up there. But I do believe I'm aware of an item around the side that is safe.
I mean, I'm just gonna tell you, this is every bit as risky as you feel like it is. Everything about being out here.
Oh my god, oh my god. It's so far away.
You're in the deep end now, boy.
Now I'm really under it. So if I was ever going to be safe, it's now. Can I pop off that tail? Use it as a little OP weapon?
No, that's not for another game or so.
Hope it was worth it. See that shadow over top of me like that? It's a bit much. Okay, let's hug that corner.
I am curious about something. Hold on, let's talk about something for a sec. Maybe it's too late, but do you think your thief ring would have protected you out here? I've never done that. I don't know the answer. I'm just curious.
I don't know. The ground doesn't seem charred, although I see... Yeah, okay, that's safe. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. I don't know. Because it says enemies, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're enemies. He's trying to kill you.
I guess, yeah. Well, he might
I'm
have just
not
want to
necessarily
scare
saying
me.
you should or shouldn't. I'm just curious.
What did we just get?
You're always going to have to tell me. Did you have a fragrant ring before?
Yeah. Right?
That's the one from the beginning, right?
That's the magic one, yeah.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
It was another kind of upgrade material, I thought. No.
Well, that will be under your...
It's a homeward bone. All right.
Oh. Sorry, I thought you were just looking at it. I was actually reading it myself to see if it meant you could keep your souls or not. A shard scraped from one of the archstones found across the land transports the user back to the Nexus. The Monumental entrusted the archstones to the leaders of the masses, but before long, the stones were forgotten and left to be gnawed away by rodents.
It's even got a little bit of a glow going on over there.
Yeah.
It looks like it's from Indiana Jones. Ooh. Hello, sir. That sound that I hear right now, like the throat rumble.
Uh-huh.
Kind of like how lions do it. You can like hear them breathing through their rib cage or whatever. That's so intense.
Yeah. That's why.
Hello, hello. Shoo.
Let me say, you really didn't look too concerned. I'd be moving though if I were you. I'm just telling you right now.
I'm just seeing what's out there. Like there's, he's already back at it. Okay, well let's heal. Release.
Roll! Oh my god.
Jeez, you
dude.
scared me to death right there.
I was trying to be helpful. I just wanted you to roll before it because he hadn't blown and you knew like that was a safe spot. I was just waiting for you to get hit by like a foot.
Oh, that was locked onto the dragon. Hurry up! Is there a way that I can just safely do that, or is that when you're prepared to just suicide run?
I don't think so. I wouldn't risk it considering your situation.
Okay.
Now, should you safely activate a shortcut or something, then it might be worth considering. But because what I can't remember is, say you come back at it from another direction later. Maybe that doesn't piss the dragon off, or you can get out there before it's a problem. I don't remember, but is that not hittable?
Well, that's clearly a thing. I don't know about hittable.
Well, I meant like interactable. Yeah. Trying to help a brother out.
Well, I was gonna go check out the other because I feel like this progresses my my path.
I mean, it does insofar as you have the opportunity to progress. That's such a cool shot.
Just wasted a spear. I'm not even out there. Okay, so that's not a thing that's right here. That is back at the front.
No, yeah, that's a bit
So
ahead.
where
That would
then
have been
is this gonna
frustrating
put
for
me?
you to have not pulled. That's why I flagged it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, didn't see you.
But also, it is very passive about giving you that prompt. So if you were playing this game for the very first time and weren't familiar with Souls games, that is a highly missable lever.
Glad you said lever just there and not lever.
I would never.
I would neither.
How do you say, like, if you're traveling somewhere, how you got there? Like, what, like another word for path? Or like the chosen
Route?
collection of turns that you decided to take. It starts with an R.
Route.
R-O-U-T-E. Route. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Now, when you're talking about that word 66, I would come closer to saying Route 66 because I feel like that's more of a proper noun. So it's.
It does feel more like that. Similarly to how you only say Caribbean in the title Pirates of the
I
Caribbean.
just talked about this with Brittany the other day. She asked how I said a thing, and I was like, well, I would call it the Caribbean. But if we're talking about the movie, I would definitely only call it the Caribbean.
Yep.
No rhyme or
It's just the
reason.
rule.
I don't know where that came from. I don't even know if I've heard that movie said out loud, aside from like me or you or other people with opinions that don't really matter.
Hey.
Well, you're working off the same knowledge as I am.
Yeah. No, I think it's Caribbean until it's that movie title for me. Similarly, no hard and fast rule or reasoning, but
Like it's the Caribbean Sea, right?
yeah.
I would never say the Caribbean
Well,
Sea.
it's however you want to say it, but
Well, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
but I
how
mean,
locals say
to
it. You
you,
know what I mean?
like that's how you say that. It's your oh gosh,
Sure.
what
Yeah.
is that? Is that a person? Oh, it's one of those dudes. He broke loose.
So you've seen these before. Did you know that?
I did know this. Go on with your trivia, but I do know this.
Well, they're in the painted world in Dark Souls.
That was beautiful.
You're welcome. I mean, thank you. I don't know.
What?
Uh,
Where is that?
it's like kind of before you're really too far into it, but there's like a collection of them that like amass into like a blob.
Yeah. I do remember that, and I don't remember how I felt about fighting them. That's pretty late in the
Did you
game,
go
so
outside up there?
no, because again, like I'm trying to just see how far down this goes. I assume this is the door out front. Oh, I'm over top of the door out
Well,
front.
look around out here. Do you see what's happening?
As in, do I know where I'm at?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the front gate.
So I'm not saying it's symmetrical, but it's symmetrical. So if that helps you understand what we're working on.
No,
There's going to be a bottom and a new shortcut.
a new shortcut to what? Oh yeah, that
So
gate. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you get out at the
Or I
bottom,
say
and
gate,
then
that door. Yeah,
you'll have two routes up. So
but that looks like it
anything
goes
that's not
so
taking
much
you
deeper
down,
than that.
it does look deeper, and that might be because it is.
Gosh. Oops. There is a little bit of a delay on the input there and then him actually firing. I've been doing that this whole run so far. All right, so getting this shortcut tells me maybe go get those dragon goodies.
It's an option now. Plus, he's probably chilled. He doesn't see you around or anyone. He probably murdered everybody.
Oh, if he'll just go back to that other area, that'd be perfect. I thought I was
I
still
mean, I'm not
gonna
making
have
any
to.
promises, and I'm also not telling you he wouldn't come back. But
Yeah, I don't guess. Ooh, well, maybe that would be a good time to try to thief ring. But let's be real, it's not worth the time to unequip.
I genuinely don't know if it works or not. What would be really bad is if he kills you and you got to make it back up through all that.
Yeah, because I do have some good souls now. What if that's what the game was
I
called?
would run. I would not stand. I would tell you that. I would
Well, I'm
either
not
put on
gonna.
the ring.
I'm just gonna see if he pokes his head up, because he attacks from this side. He doesn't blow it from the other.
Well, you're giving him time to, man. Just go. Because if he comes, he comes. If you want the item, go get it.
Oh, that's only one? I thought they were all up and down this thing.
Now I might turn around and see if he's there before you decide to go back. Okay.
Wow, I'm really glad I didn't stop for a bolt on the way through. I could have swore the people that died dropped more stuff than that. Maybe it just went away.
Well, I mean, they gave you their souls. You know, that's something we should probably fix in the future episodes, actually, dude, is shrink that platinum so you're not covering up the number of souls. Because that is a piece of information that I and viewers probably want to see. We have no idea how many you're carrying.
Well.
I mean, you didn't have to do it right now.
Well.
I was going to shrink it and drop it.
Do you see my mouse running around?
I don't on the stream now, but I do over here. Yeah, you fixing it on the fly.
I'm a professional, dude.
I just wasn't sure what kind of stakes we're looking at, you know?
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Yeah. Episode 3, you'll be able to see the souls.
Yeah. I
How many are you
would
carrying? Just tell us about it.
almost 3,000. I would do it right
That I
now.
can assure you is a lot.
We both know that I've got to keep it on its right wall, and I've also got to keep its space away from the counter. So this is going to be a multi-touch point effort.
I would click your number and your trophy, and I'd hit the down button 20 times. Call it a day. And then you can shrink the trophy if you want, but
I got to have some breathing room between my head. Whoa. Whoa.
that would have been awful.
I would have been able to fix my thing.
Who came up with the following the safety codes here in this place? Where are the rails?
Yeah, this one does not. Well, no, it does. See? If I'm coming up to the right, I can't swing my sword, but if I'm coming down, I got all the room in the world. Except for right here. This is not a spiral staircase. So, bad example.
And it also folds back on itself in really odd ways.
This part specifically is the example.
Yeah.
All right, let's go level up. Right? Because I'm not trying to start a boss fight.
Yeah, I mean, that's the gate you open, so you might as well go cash in. Feel safe about it. And then this boss fight will be I think the conclusion to the episode once you do it.
Oh, look at that. I'm talking about doing a thing that's not even been introduced in this game. Do I have to go all the way back to the Nexus? I mean, I guess I must, right?
The maiden, baby. While we're there, we should talk to Stockpile.
Okay. Is that his daughter's jade bow?
I don't know.
Pick?
Oh. I'm not telling you.
Dude, she's still got a little spot picked out that's not obvious.
Yeah, where is it? Let me look. But either talk to him, yeah.
That belongs to my daughter. And she didn't make it after all. My dearest little baby. May she rest in peace. May I ask a favor? Would you mind giving me that hair ornament? I'd like to have it in memory of my daughter.
So it's kind of too bad that I couldn't have offered that to the maiden first to see if she said, like, oh, that's my ornament, to prove my other theory.
Oh, you can't. So she's gone until we beat the boss. I forgot about that.
So I can't level?
That is correct.
Oh, boy. All right. I assume I want to give this guy the ornament. I'm not going to just be mean.
You do. That is correct. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I mustn't forget. It's not much, but please accept this as thanks. I found it discarded on the main road. It might look ordinary, but it seems to possess a strange power. Anyway, I feel that you should have it. It will be happier in your hands.
Now, I did just look. What did he give you?
A ring of Herculean strength?
So that's what it says it gives you, but in the flow of what to do, it wasn't until later, but I don't see any reason why that would be. Did you hear me? Like, I was literally like, as I said, wait. It was like right after I said do it, but I think it's fine. I mean, that's what he's supposed to give you. That's the item we wanted for it.
As opposed to giving it to him later?
Yeah, it has it just later in this list, but there's nothing we would have done with the Jade Ornament or him or anyone in the meantime. So I think it's all good.
Wait, is this what we got from the dude from... I've already forgotten his name.
I'm just going to read it. Hold on. Ring of Herculean Strength. Long ago, Stockpile Thomas found this ring lying on the road. Raises your item carry capacity, which is important in this game. What are you going to ask me? We got it from him just now.
No, the ornament, but it's not because I was thinking that's what the guy might have given us and part of
Oh
this,
no,
but that was a key.
the ornament is what fell when you cut those chains.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you
And I do
said,
believe
I was just say,
I
you
think
said earlier, you said earlier that this guy's story would be resolved pretty quickly. Is this officially his story resolved?
that was his daughter's.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as, does he play another like real NPC role aside from just
Yeah, he is
our,
uh still
about to
has
say our
like stuff
bartender,
for
but
you.
yeah, our
Yeah.
storage guy, our stockpile guy.
Yeah, like the stuff you send back goes to him, which, like I mentioned, you used to come to him all the time in the original to cash stuff in, but now you can send it to him from afar, which is much better.
Yeah.
It's like one of the few things they changed in this game. From a quality of life perspective, I should say.
I guess maybe if I can't level, I could scale a gun. No guns in this game. I could scale a sword,
Good.
a smidge. I won't
I
because it
don't
seems
think
too
you're gonna
early.
have much trouble with the boss, but
Okay. What's up, dude? Yeah. He's still mad I stepped on his thumb. All right. Let's do it. First try.
let's do it. Our first true boss.
My death counter's through the roof on account of that stupid red knight.
Oh, I forgot. Did you die a second time in this episode? I don't remember it.
Yeah, he killed me the first time, and then I tried to just sprint back to him the second time.
Ah, that's right.
It was bound to happen.
That's a 200% death increase, man.
Ep over ep.
In the face.
All right, they're all dropping stuff now. Whoa, almost forgot about him. It is so nice to just feel OP in an area.
Yeah.
Especially in these kinds of games where that's often not the case. Although the way I generally play, and I'm curious if it'll change because you're kind of sitting here with me and we're actually working toward a thing. I don't like to go in underleveled and memorize the dance and 20 attempts later I've got them. Like I would rather I see what I'm up against and then I just go put the time in to get more powerful before I go back to them.
Oh, that's exactly the opposite of how I feel for sure. Like I love learning the dance. Now I don't want to feel underleveled. Now, is there a reason you want to lose all your magic before the boss fight? I'm just curious.
I'll come back.
Okay.
I'll get that item.
Out here just killing everything.
Firebomb.
Yeah, like I don't want to just chip away and be doing like 10 damage, but I also there's nothing I enjoy more than like when you get in a fight. Like I remember it happened to me with, oddly enough, the dancer in Dark
Love
Souls
that
3
fight.
where you felt like you were in the dance. Like
Yeah.
like swinging through the swings, hitting them like you knew every opening. Like if you die, it's like my bad, you know.
Yeah.
Now if you remember, this is the blob that happens in
Yo.
Oh, that is OP, brother. Do that again. So you're trying to get to the core. I'm sure you're noticing, which you can now already get to. But
Yep.
did you know that this was a secret? How did you know to start dropping bombs? Word to your moms.
Well, I know blobs are generally not well guarded against fire. A lot of those things in Dark Souls 1 and Elden Ring.
Yep.
Like I said, I don't really remember fighting the one in, the painted area. Where did they all come from?
I don't know, but you ran away from the boss to put enemies between you and it.
Well, I
Like
kind of
you were ready
wanted
to win that fight,
I,
and then you gave up your position.
I wanted to get around some of them. Oh
You
gosh.
did the exact opposite, I feel like. There we go. Now get in there. Light them up.
Got bob and weave.
So you're a couple clicks away, brother. And all of a sudden you took off. I was like, no.
See, I don't want them closing in on me too tight, but I guess I could have done something minimal like that.
Yeah. It's all good. You just need your angle. Now, yeah, you don't want to be taking spears to the face, and I would heal. Well done. That was your first and you got a little taste of the gimmick boss thing that we talked about. Hey, what's that? Our first trophy. Now we're gonna work on the spacing between the 1 and the slash.
Yeah.
That is out there. Gotta leave room for
Well, no, I
the second
can't.
digit.
I can't do that. Yeah, I have to leave room for the second digit because it's automated.
Well, you can move it when it comes.
I'm not doing that.
1 out of 37.
Yeah, maybe I could put the trophy between it, which again I won't do that. But
No, please don't do that. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Safe to touch.
Yeah, so basically this becomes your 1-2 archstone. So even though they're levels, it's
Okay,
still
I like
one
that.
big thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I like that.
So they're like level 2 is essentially ahead of you. So I think we'll go ahead and end it right here. We got a trophy in the books, only 2 deaths. I think if we get somewhere between we're averaging 1.5 deaths an episode. I think that's great. Let's keep that pace for the whole playthrough. And then, which I think you're probably gonna. Well, I'll let you find out what happens in the next world next. But your deaths are gonna go sky high soon.
I know we've got a tall order on the next boss for one of those bosses with circumstances on the trophies.
There's that, but it's also the run back to get to him is bad, so it's a bad
Oh.
combination ahead.
Yay.
So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. That's 1 trophy in the books, 36 to go. We want you here for all of them. So if you like that episode, hit the like button. Helps us out a lot. Hit subscribe if you want to see all of these as they come out. And if you really want to see them, hit the bell so you get notifications. We'd love to have you around. Leave comments, encourage Andy, or talk shit. We encourage both of those. Do either one below. And we hope you enjoy this one. We'll see you again next time.
Bye.